Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Majkut from the Albany High Library. Here are my top 10 suggested titles for summer reading. Even though our school building is closed, we still have ebooks and audiobooks available on Overdrive. We'll start with a trio of nonfiction titles. The first is Torpedoed by Deborah Lippmann. This edge-of-your-seat drama tells of the real-life sinking of the children's ship in 1940. The SS Benares was a passenger ship with thousands of civilians and almost 100 children aboard, sent away to escape German bombs falling on England during World War II. The Benares was torpedoed by a German submarine and sank with only a few survivors left to tell their story. Next up is The Poison Eaters by Gale Jarrow. This profiles the path of chemist Harvey Wiley's idea that people should be able to buy safe food products from stores without chemicals and dangerous additives. His scientific evidence helped create the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration. Third, we have Stamped from the Beginning, Racism, Anti-Racism, and You. This collaboration is adapted for young adults by the legendary Jason Reynolds. This non-history book reveals some of the beginnings of racist ideas in America and inspires hope for an anti-racist future. Next, we have Ordinary Hazards by Nikki Grimes. This is the memoir of the author's life as a young Black girl with a mother who suffers from both schizophrenia and alcoholism and has a loving yet absent father. She ends up in a supportive foster home with her sister and learns how to use her education and the school library to rise above her raising. Next, we have the funny memoir Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. Trevor is from South Africa and is biracial. He is a comedian and the host of the hit show on Comedy Central, The Daily Show. When he was born, apartheid was the legal, required separation of races. Noah's birth was actually considered a crime. He was raised by his mother and was only able to see his father in secret. When Trevor was a teenager, Nelson Mandela helped to end apartheid in South Africa. Next, we have The 57 Bus by Dashka Slater. This is a true crime story ripped from the headlines. In 2015, a transgender teen named Sasha boarded the 57 bus in Oakland, California, to ride the bus home. So did Richard, also a teenager. Sasha was wearing a long skirt and fell asleep. Richard was dared by his friends to set fire to Sasha's skirt. Richard thought Sasha's skirt would flame out quickly. It didn't. Sasha was severely burned over a high percentage of their body, and it was all caught on the bus surveillance camera. What happened to Sasha? What happened to Richard? Is there redemption? Should there be? The next title is Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me by Mariko Tamaki. This is an LGBTQ title in graphic novel format that features the main female character, Freddie, in love with Laura Dean. Laura Dean is very charismatic, but she's really a lousy girlfriend. She only shows up or calls when she feels like it. This book is about young love, relationships, and figuring out boundaries. How do you know if you are being taken advantage of in a relationship? They Called Us Enemy by George Takei is the graphic novel memoir of the author's internment in Japanese relocation camps after the Pearl Harbor attack on Hawaii. The most compelling scenes in the book show what George as a young child doesn't understand and what we as older readers do understand about what is happening. Free Lunch by Rex Ogle is a middle grade memoir. The main character is a middle schooler in Texas struggling with hunger and poverty. He is receiving free lunch at school and is humiliated every day when he has to announce this to the lunch lady in the school lunch line. He is also living in rundown public housing with an abusive mother and stepfather who beat him and also each other severely. It is bleak, but it does inspire hope. These last few slides of book covers are teasers because I have run out of time. You can find all of these on the Falcon Library site at albanyfalconlibrary.weebly.com. The Witches Are Coming by Lindy West is a raucous series of feminist essays. Sadie by Courtney Summers is a breakout whodunit hit for mystery lovers. They Went Left by Monica Hess is a historical fiction novel about surviving the Holocaust. And Just Mercy by Brian Stevenson is a true story of a young lawyer in Alabama in the early 1990s representing poor and minority inmates exonerated from death row with DNA evidence. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more screencasts and keep reading.